Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I am Office Bloke Daz.
And collectively we have now entered the Metaverse.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You are now entering.
Yeah, we're actually deep fakes. The real Office Blokes
I've gone.
they were gone a long time ago.
They're retired.
It's all AI. We're all fat, sat in basements, gaming instead. Do us a massive favour if you subscribe to our channel, by the way. There's loads of people that aren't subscribed so far that are watching us, so pop down there, give us a little sub.
Yep.
Do appreciate it big time. So the Metaverse Explained with examples. Do you know what the Metaverse is, Mike?
No.
Fair enough.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
My kids keep banging on about it to me. I'm like, but you can buy like, I'm like, mate, stop talking to me about
Some
it.
sort of different slant on the universe, I guess, but
It's basically the
virtual.
Yeah.
virtual. Right, okay.
Yeah.
But it's big.
Yeah?
I think, let's see if this guy explains it.
Yeah.
But,
Let's see if
I hope he does.
Yeah.
On a video about the Metaverse.
You'd like to think so, wouldn't you, really? But
Yeah, let's do it. The Metaverse Explained with examples.
The Metaverse Explained with examples. In this video, I want to explain what the Metaverse is by giving you some real and practical examples. Remember Second Life, launched in 2003, was an early version of a Metaverse, I guess, with being an immersive shared virtual space. So the idea of a Metaverse has been around for some time, but it's really thanks to recent advances in tech and the backing of tech giants like Facebook, Microsoft and Nvidia that there's been this growing interest in building these simulated worlds that model our reality or even go beyond it. The definition of a Metaverse is a persistent shared 3D virtual space linked into the perceived virtual universe. So,
In layman's terms, that is.
is it? Oh dear.
Yeah. It's just a digital world. It's just like a
Virtual reality build.
Yeah, virtual reality, all immersive digital world where people like go and sit in a bar together, or they go and sit together like this, but you're all
You
at
can
home
buy
with headsets on.
houses and property and have
Yeah, I
businesses
know.
there, and
I know.
you can do everything you can in the real world in the
Yeah.
Metaverse.
The house next door to Snoop Dogg's house in the Metaverse
Stinks of weed.
Yeah, stinks. I think the land next to his house in the Metaverse sold for something like $180,000. Digital real estate.
Wow.
It's insane, isn't it?
Mike's only just started trying wine.
I know.
I'm still using abacus. Anyway.
It's crackers, isn't it? I buy into it as a concept of gaming together, sitting in the pub together, like
No, I'd rather go out and sit in a pub.
no, I
together.
would. I would, but I get the concept. But digital real estate that costs hundreds of thousands that doesn't exist, it exists on a server somewhere,
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense to me.
Not at all.
No.
Mark Zuckerberg describes the Metaverse as the internet that you are inside of rather than just looking at.
The Matrix, basically.
So what could a actual Metaverse look like? And before we do this, it's probably useful to look at some of the key components that will make up this Metaverse in the future. The first one is avatars. So they are 3D representations of players, and they can literally take any physical characteristic or personality. So in the future, we will have digital avatars or one avatar for us. And these are basically able to seamlessly move between different components. So we already have many virtual components like shopping, games, casinos, concerts, all of this happening online digitally. In the future, the avatar can go from one to the other in a seamless way. But at the moment, we haven't got the platforms to bring it all together and create this, so we can't use the same avatar across different platforms. The other thing that a Metaverse will enable is having this emergent user behavior. So instead of having a narrow range of functionalities, like when you play a video game, you can only fight someone else, you can't then suddenly decide actually I want to now take my virtual dog for a walk, or I want to climb a mountain instead, or go to a concert. So what this will happen in the future is that more of these things allow us to do anything, to move from one to the other.
Have you seen the movie WALL-E? It's a kids' movie. It's an absolute
long time ago, I think.
classic. It should be required watching for everyone. And it's in the future, everyone just is sat on these floating chairs. They've just got so fat because no one does anything. Bones have shrunk, and like people just can't physically do anything. I feel like this is what this is leading towards. It was in The Simpsons, I think, years ago, where Bart and Lisa wouldn't do any chores, but they went to the arcade and started doing virtual gardening. And so I just go and do a bit of gardening.
It's like the old thing of when you're driving down the motorway and you go into one of the services and then you've got them games where you got the driving games and some guy fucking driving.
Yeah, it's the last thing I
just
want.
got off the motorway. He's got to go to the game, the driving game. Right?
Yeah. I think this level.
How many people are signed up to this?
I think in the millions.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one giant video game, really, isn't it? That's pretty much all it is.
It's kind of, but I think it's like a group chat.
It's a bit
as well.
more than it's a bit more than a video game, isn't it?
It's like somewhere between a Tamagotchi, you know, the little thing where you used to have to keep the pet alive. They were when I was in school. But also it's like an interactive live chat room where we could be sat around a table doing this.
Oh yeah, but I mean, people do that now on PlayStation, don't they? Call of Duty and things like that. They
but they're not sat in the same room. You sat in the same room virtually with your headset. I'll be sat here and you'll be sat. I'll be able to see you sat next to me, although you're not there.
Yeah.
So we do that at the moment.
I get that, but it's still like an advancing, a video game, isn't it? It's still not real. It's not. Well, it's not, though, is it?
It's virtual reality.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's not.
I think it's real, but it's not real.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's got bigger.
You're not buying this, are you, Mike?
Well, let's listen to what he has to say.
I can tell by the tone of your voice, mate.
It's got
You've
bigger.
got that anger in your voice already.
No, I'm always a bit of a skeptic about things like this because to me they're just not real.
I think it's got bigger through the pandemic, though, where people can't physically interact. So a lot of people are sat at home, plugging in essentially, and then sat around. You can go to a virtual bar with your mates, play pool, but you can actually be drinking beer at home while you're doing it. And if you can't physically go out to these places, people are going to virtually go out to these places.
I can see things like that where it's could be pretty good. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I don't think it'll ever replace, like you say, going to an actual bar, meeting people and talking to them.
Not for our generation, no.
It just becomes the Matrix, though, doesn't it? Yeah. What's the point in this meat sack that you have when everything's just your mind and your virtual reality?
Yeah.
Sky.
Where you don't have to move to do it.
Yeah, precisely.
And they have fresh chicken, Mike.
Oh, well.
Everything tastes like chicken in the
You're changing my mind now.
Carling, virtual Carling.
And the other key component is that we have more mature technology to give us this really great user experience. So what I'm seeing is we get better headsets that are becoming lighter, more immersive, better visuals, better sound.
Compass.
We have faster network, and we have this ability to easily create digital twins. So if you want to have your house, a building, a car put into the digital world as a digital replica, this is easier than ever. And then we want some interoperability. So basically, today's digital world act almost like a mall where every store uses its own currency, its own content, own ID card. And in the metaverse, digital assets, content, and data need to carry over from one place to the next. So if you, for example, if you buy a virtual Ferrari in the Ferrari virtual store, you can then drive this car throughout the virtual world in different places.
How much do you think people are going to spend on that virtual Ferrari that doesn't exist?
I mean,
probably a lot of money. But what I'm thinking is, I wonder how far away they are from them virtual headsets to being like quite bulky as they are now, to just being a pair of glasses.
Yeah.
Like a strip band across your face, like it's just in.
You can see that coming, can't you?
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking is you encourage everyone in the West to be plugged into this sort of stuff, and then if you want to invade and take over the world, everyone's sat with the little headsets on.
Sat with headsets on,
and then you just parachute a few people in and go, "This is our country now."
Exactly.
Have you ever done a virtual reality headset?
No.
Have you ever put it on?
No, not yet. No.
I think for gaming and stuff, I see it.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm into it.
No, you got to understand that when you put it on, you become in that room.
Yeah.
You forget where you are.
Yeah.
It's that unbelievably realistic. As soon as you put it on, you forget your surroundings.
Yeah.
You're now surrounded by what you're seeing in that headset.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing it for the gaming channel, aren't we?
You might not believe me because it's hard to explain, but
No,
trust me,
no,
when I
no.
put it on, I was like, "What fucking hell?"
of course. I
When
mean,
you look behind you, there's people behind you.
Yeah, I've seen stuff like that on telly. No, not actual, but I mean, I've
But
seen.
it's different when you've seen it on TV because you're still looking at the surroundings, what you're looking at. If I look at that screen now, I can see all the surroundings there.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I put this on, and all of a sudden I'm on a beach, and all
Yeah.
you're seeing is beach. No matter which way you turn,
Yeah,
you can't see anything else but what's surrounding you on the beach.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
that's
get
where
the
it comes-
concept.
it comes
Yeah.
it comes It's fascinating. It's brilliant.
Yeah. I get it, but the thing where it loses me a little bit is things like digital real estate, digital Ferrari.
If it's a bit of fun and that's fine. Digital real estate Ferraris, if you want to do that, brilliant. But I mean, if I knew someone that spent,
the money.
If I know someone that spent 200 grand on it, I'd just think, what a mug.
You know what it is?
What if that 200 grand became 58 million in 2 years? Who's the mug then?
Well, precisely, because
the mug that paid 58 million.
Well,
but the guy who's got 200 grand who's made the 57.
Well, if they want to gamble on it, then that's fine.
A lot of people are. That's the thing. Like the digital, you buy one of 5 digital Ferraris that's a limited edition one, and like you say, 10 years time there might be people that have got everything they need in the world, so they go and buy that one of 5 digital Ferraris for 10 times what you paid.
If there's enough people that care about it, then people will make money out of it, which is again, one of the big things it's going to be a massive, huge money making thing. Adverts and advertising.
If you've ever played one of those games on your phone where you get a free amount of gold coins or
Snake,
something.
whatever it's called.
They're just, like free amount of gold coins, but then when you run out of gold coins, the point is they try and get you that addicted to the game where you've got to buy 100 gold coins for a £5, and you just go, I'll do that. And you're buying nothing. That's kind of how I see this, that digital Ferrari isn't a thing. It's only when that gets sold on to someone else and someone makes profit on it and has real money that you go, shit, that actually is kind of a real thing.
But the way the modern world's moving into online activities, social media platforms, virtual reality platforms, that's the next level up.
It is.
And then everyone wants to be seen. So you're going to get these people who are now what you call influencers, who've got mega amounts of money for doing nothing.
Yeah.
And they're going to be the ones buying up all these sort of things to be seen doing this sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's the next level up of Instagram, Facebook, whatever it may be.
Do you think it's a fad or do you think it's the future?
It's future. I think it's 100% the future.
I think you might be right.
People like Zuckerberg wouldn't be behind it if it's not the future. Love him or hate him or whatever he does. But trust me, these guys are pioneers.
Well,
in modern
people like
technology.
that will make sure it's the future, won't they?
Of course they will. Yeah.
Zuckerberg was sent from the future to make sure it happens.
Different settings. So let's look at some real examples that will give you an idea of what the metaverse might look like. And for me, my first recommendation is to watch the movie Ready Player One.
It's a good movie, actually.
Which for me is a great example of what a metaverse looks like. So this is based on a novel and is set in 2045, where people basically escape from the real world that is destroyed by climate change, war and poverty, and they take refuge in the Oasis, a massive online role-playing game and virtual society with its own currency where you can do whatever you want to do. And for me, this is a glimpse of what the metaverse might look like in the future. But we have other examples today where we get components of this. So in Fortnite, for example, the video game, in the last few years, Fortnite's CEO, Tim Sweeney, has made it clear that he aims to establish Fortnite much more than just a game. And a good example is that they recently hosted concerts in Fortnite by artists like Travis Scott, Marshmello and Ariana Grande. Then we have...
I heard about that. There was something like 1 million people watching a concert all together.
There you go.
Conveniently at a time where you're not allowed mass gatherings and stuff, and then suddenly this technology is good enough where you can go out and you can still be, you look around and everyone's avatars there actually watching the concert. It's crackers, absolutely crackers, isn't it? I get it. I think
it still won't replace again, it just won't replace an actual gig, would it? An actual concert, being there and feeling there.
It could
I think they've been, well, if you're saying is how many gigs are played where there's 1 million people at a gig?
Very rare, very rare.
Name me one.
Well, that that Pantera Monsters of Moscow we did. They reckon by the end of the day, I think AC/DC or Metallica, there was 1 million people there.
It's throughput, wasn't it? People coming and going.
I don't know, because there isn't an exact figure, but people say that there was 1 million people.
But if you go and do a virtual one, there's 1 million people there. What's bigger? What's earning more money?
Well, earning the money is the thing, because the...
Oh yeah, I'm not on about like money-wise and what people are earning or anything like that. But you're talking about the actual experience.
You're talking through your experience. Yeah. It's not aimed at you. This ain't aimed at people like you and I. This is aimed at the younger generation.
I think they'll probably get everyone involved in it, won't they? I would guess.
Not you and I, because you're the ones that are going, I'm not paying for that. I'm not buying. I mean, you do that at regular concerts anyway. I pump on 50 for a pie. I don't think so. I brought my own. I ate before I came.
And before a pack of garlic.
It does open up options as like things get more restricted, so say smoking indoors, obviously I know places are like legalising weed, but you can't smoke weed indoors because you can't smoke indoors. Underage drinking, for example, I think there's an element of like the Wild West about all this stuff where a 14-year-old can go and sit in a bar with his mates and have a couple of beers because he's got a few cans at home and he's got the experience of being in a bar, or you can smoke in a bar or at a concert or something. It opens up a lot of experiences that everyday life might be restricting more. Things do get more restricted.
A lot of the social platforms will move to this environment, and the more they'll do it, the more they'll filter everyone into that same sort of channel where they're saying, right, everyone's got to sort of like go, they'll herd us all into this.
Yeah. Well, we could potentially be doing reactions, and everyone that's watching us could be in the room with us.
Yeah, I was just thinking that before.
Yeah. So actually, yeah, I love it now. It's the future.
See?
Yeah. So join us on Office Blokes Games soon. For
He's still not having it. I can tell.
I've got a very cynical view of it because I think without the real world, nature, outdoors and stuff, everyone just descends into depression.
But you're missing the point with, you don't have to buy into it. You can just fucking ignore it.
Oh no, I know, but I'm the type who I'd like to dip my toe into this and have a bit of fun. Yeah. But to me, it's never going to be real. Whereas some people, this is going to become reality, the complete reality to them.
Because these people that think the world's flat. These people that think all kinds of nonsense.
They can make their own flat
they
world
make their own
in the
flat
metaverse
world.
and all live there together, can't they?
That's what I'm getting at. Doesn't matter what you believe in, you don't have to believe in it.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. It's an interesting one, though, isn't it? It's a proper interesting debate.
Facebook's Horizon, which is this expanded VR world that is currently in beta. So Facebook describes Horizon as a social experience where you can explore, play and create with others in virtual reality. And then we have places like Somnium Space, a VR world builder platform that supports virtual real estate trading and ownership. It is built on blockchain architecture and has its own in-app currency called Somnium Cubes that can be used to purchase properties. And then we have IMVU, a large avatar-based 3D social networks where users can interact with friends, shop, hang out at gatherings, and earn real money.
No one's fat, are they? Just see one massive
They're all pretty slender, aren't they?
And everyone's good looking, good shape.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's a bit hollow, is that you should have to earn your avatar being in good shape. And
that's
stuff.
mine at the back there with a black hoodie on in the shades.
Is that how you perceive yourself, Mike?
Or is it the one just as a chicken? I'm not sure.
I'm probably the one as a chicken, I'm thinking more like, yeah. You're attracted to that. You're going to trouser party looking at that.
What a massive cock.
By creating virtual products, for example. The platform's 7 million plus users spend an average of 55 minutes a day on the site. So I hope this gives you a glimpse into the future of the metaverse. However, we will need new protocols, technologies and innovations along the way to make it happen, so there won't just simply be a flicking of the switch moment where the metaverse explodes into existence. Instead, what the metaverse will likely emerge, the metaverse will likely emerge over time as different products and services develop and connect with each other. For me, the potential for individuals and businesses is enormous, and it really has to be on everyone's radar. If you want to learn more about the rise of virtual and augmented reality, subscribe to my YouTube channel here, or check out my book, Extended Reality.
Interesting, that.
Yeah, it is.
I get when he's talking about the business opportunities and stuff, because like you say, people are buying real estate and legitimately selling it on now for a profit and stuff. So it's like when the older generation say playing computer games isn't a career, and then the kid comes home with a big wad of cash and goes, tell me it's not a career again.
Yeah.
At that point it is. And it's like, it's not real, but then I've just sold a virtual property and tripled my profit, and I've got all this cash or all these tokens or whatever that translates to real cash. It is real, isn't it?
It wouldn't be that big and talked about if it wasn't that real and it wasn't that good.
I suppose it's the
future. It's the future platform.
Yeah.
It's just because it's new and it sounds a little bit odd.
Yeah.
That everyone's going, ooh.
You can see how it's going to be big, huge, because obviously the technology is out there now to do things like that. Virtual reality, absolutely amazing. All I mean is, I just can't see it replacing real sort of like.
It won't for everyone. It won't replace the human experience for everyone, but for some people will live in that.
It's not there to replace it. That's the bit you're missing. It's not there to replace.
Yeah, I know.
It's there as an addition. So something as an option to go on. Do you know what I'm going to do now? Instead of fucking spending Sunday watching a video jacking off in the fucking basement of my mum's fucking house,
I'm going to
get virtual reality. And I'm going to go and fucking do whatever I want to do in the virtual world. It's an option. It's a game. It's not like you say. It's a game. It's not a game, but it's like a game where you're just going to go in, and it's a hobby. It becomes a hobby or a business or whatever you want to do.
I look forward to the psychological experiments where, like I said, everyone's good looking and in shape, but people are going around doing a lot of naughty stuff in the metaverse. I guarantee a lot of good people in reality. You see it in computer games. Of
course they do,
as soon as you spawn on like Battlefield, someone on your team turns around and shoots you in the face.
Changes.
And it's like the metaverse is going to be that as well, I think.
If you can get away with it, it changes you. The perception of how you do things and how you carry on with things. And this is just an option to have it. So you don't have to go on Facebook.
True.
Millions and millions of people are.
Yeah. I think with something like this, it's got to be fun. It's got to be like a fun thing to do. But I think people will maybe take it a bit too serious and go a bit too far.
You're talking for your personal experience, so it's not aimed at you. That's what I'm saying. It's not aimed at you.
But then
you're not on things like Facebook though, and Instagram and stuff.
It's just my opinion though. I know it's not aimed at me.
Yeah.
I know, I get that. But
some people are addicted to social media already, so there's always going to be abusers of these things. So do you think like it's lunchtime and you flick on Instagram or TikTok or whatever and start watching little videos? The future
Prime
is
Minister's question time.
I listened to a bit of it. Do you think the future is like your lunch break comes up and you just go dink?
What you might, Dave? What did you think? What sandwich are you having today?
What video are you watching in the metaverse? Jesus, I'm going to remember that one for a while.
Is that Fred Flintstone toothbrush?
Dink is what I was trying to do, and then instead you're just wandering around watching videos, interacting and stuff like that. That is the new social media rather than
I get that.
scrolling up and down.
I
mean,
I get that
100%.
Yeah,
well, I mean, you can talk about it all day. There's so many connotations and there's so many things that you could do with it. It's absolutely, it's going to be huge. I think definitely.
It's getting a bit hot in here now.
Hey,
That's what's on your mind, you see. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that too. Let us know what you think about it in the comments below, please, because it'd be interesting to get everyone's view on that. Let us know if you're in the metaverse already. If you remember,
how much for some real estate?
Let us know how far you've gone into it, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.